question is, what is a paella? A lot of people don't understand or don't know. When I say I'm going to do one, they say, what is that? So I will tell you what it is. First of all, paella, the essential ingredient of paella is and always will be rice. And not just any rice. It is has to be a medium grain or short grain, never long grain. Okay? The other essential ingredient of paella is this stuff, which is saffron, also known as the most expensive spice in the world. Luckily, I borrowed some from my sister and didn't have to pay for it. Finally, the last essential ingredient of a paella is this thing, which is called a paella in Spanish. Let's talk about the pan. So we've done the pan, we've done the rice, we have the saffron. We're also going to throw in some pimentón, which is smoked paprika. We're going to have a few cloves of garlic, 2 fresh tomatoes from my garden. We have 3 chicken breasts. We're going to roast this red pepper and peel it, and that's going to make for a wonderful garnish on top. We have some chopped green onions, some chopped green pepper, about a cup of peas, about a half pound of shrimp, about a quarter pound of chopped, in this case it's prosciutto, but if you can get it, Spanish jamón serrano would be the best. And here we have about a half pound of chorizo, Spanish chorizo sausage. We're going to fry a lot of stuff in olive oil. And here we have clams and mussels, which are also going to be very important. Now, one more word about the chicken. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken breast mostly for the convenience of it. If we were in Spain, they'll use rabbit, they'll use chicken on the bone. I like the convenience of a boneless chicken when I'm eating a rice dish. Call me crazy. So let's get to cooking. Now earlier when I was showing my ingredients, I forgot to mention that I have 6 cups of homemade chicken broth here. I did not add salt to it because I want to be able to control the salt myself a little bit better. Also, you'll notice the things floating in there. I stuck the shells of the shrimp in as I warmed up the broth just to give it a little bit of extra flavor. And now I'm going to crumple in some of that saffron. You don't want to put too much saffron in because that'll make it bitter, but you want enough to lend it. Saffron is a very subtle flavor, and it also makes the dish turn a little bit yellow. Some people get the idea that paella is all about yellow rice, and so they'll throw in food coloring or whatever, but really it's not about yellow rice. That's just sort of a side effect of the saffron. Color is not important, it's the flavor, it's the aroma. All right, next we're going to grate the tomato. So I cut the tomato in half, and then I will take the fresh tomato and grate it like this. Down to the skin. Some people will tell you to squeeze the seeds out first and the juice. I kind of like the seeds and the juice because I like the extra flavor. We're going to do the other tomato as well, and then once it's all done, we're just going to pop it aside and let it sit until we need it. One last thing before we head over to the park and start cooking is we're going to sprinkle this chicken liberally with kosher salt, okay? And we're going to mix it with our hands, get it all nice and seasoned, so it's ready to go when it's time. All right, so I've had the chicken going for a few minutes. The heat dropped down so it didn't get as brown as I'd like it to. Normally you want to brown the chicken first and then take it off and add other things. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add the chorizo and the prosciutto and the shrimp, and we're going to cook this for 5 minutes or so, and then once the shrimp is done, we'll take it out and set it aside. Alright, so I've taken the shrimp out, and now I'm going to add the green pepper, the green onion, and the garlic, and let that saute together for a while. Alright, now we're adding the paprika and the tomato. Alright, we are going to add the rice. We've added the peas, and we're letting everything sort of cook down. Now we're going to add the rice, stir it around.
That was a miracle. Because you were like, yeah! Carmela, you're right there. It's cool. It's like controlling.
Okay.
All right. So once the rice, you stir it together, cook it for a few minutes, and then we're going to add the broth. And once it comes back to a boil, we'll cook it for about 10 minutes, and then we'll add the shellfish. Okay, we are going to add the shellfish now. So first of all, the shrimp that was already cooked. Then.
Okay, come on. What is this?
And the clam.
The barbecue.
This is a barbecue dish. And we'll stir them around a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to add the mussels, and it's sort of traditional to put them in
And sing happy birthday?
a kind of around the edge.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, that's why you have your camera. Hey, come and see this. Come and see this. This is beautiful. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, will you?
Paella.
That magazine.
Ooh, this is not look good.
Are you doing Chipino?
No. Paella.
Oh, I don't know that. Sorry.
Spanish. That magazine.
It's probably Spanish Chipino.
No,
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. You know what, you guys?
Alright, so it's been sitting for a few, and this is what it looks like.
Don't throw that because we might need it too.
Oh, yeah. So there.